Hi everyone, it's Gayle, back from my vacation, and I have so much to tell you and so much to do, but we'll have a couple of things first, but what I'm going to do is a journal with me episode and get my vacation traveler's notebook journal caught up from my vacation. So that's what we're gonna do in a minute here. But first I had a couple other things to talk to you about. One of which is, as I told you, I had the gal that won this journal never contact me. So thrifty shopper, you are out of luck. So what I decided to do was, for sure, I wanted loyal viewers. That it's a hard thing with that random comment picker, because I think sometimes people enter that don't even watch your channel. And so I thought, okay, that I want to for sure give one of these journals away. So what I decided to do is I have picked 5 names. I just randomly went through my last few videos, and it was like people who always comment. I know they watch a lot, if not every day. And I picked 5 names. So I am going to pick a winner from these 5 names. Jeanette House, Gwen Lovelace, Linda Nagel, Michelle Decker, and Jeannie. She's Creative Space Jeannie on YouTube. So you 5 ladies, what I would like you to do is contact me on my website, which will be at the bottom of this video in the description box. As always, I'm going to use this fun little box from Jenny for my picking thing. And if you could tell me which journal you want and give me your address, we will get it shipped off to you. So I'm gonna go through. Now I've got all the 5 names in there, so that's good. Mix them up. But I wanted to tell you what the names of the journals were, since it's been a while. So there's this one, Creative Lace. No, Green Lace. Sorry, Green Lace. So there's this one. There is this travel one, which was this one that I called travel. Okay, so there's this one. And then guest check. The next one was guest check, which is this one. Remember, because it has this cute little guest check from Susie on it. On the cover, I guess one would say. So that's that one. Then there's cafe. Jeez, I can't talk. Can you tell I haven't done a video in a while? Cafe Parisienne is this one. And it's got the graphic 45 paper in it. So that's Cafe Parisienne. And then there's Little Girl here. Okay. All right. Little Girl, and then Paris. This one being Paris, the one with the fabric cover and Paris sort of things in it. Okay, so of you 5, I'm going to pick one, and here's the deal. You have 2 days to respond. And then if you don't, I'll put the other 4 back in and just add someone new. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it, because I really want to get this giveaway done. So this is my 25,000 subscriber video giveaway. In a recent video, I said $25,000, and I was like, yeah, I bet they would have responded if they won that one. So, okay, so here I go. I'm looking away, and I'm just going to pick out the random piece of paper. And the new winner is Michelle Decker. Michelle, get a hold of me on my website. You're just going to go to my website, and there's a little button at the top right that says, I think it says contact or something like that. And then you can send me a message. Okay, Michelle? Yay, Michelle. Okay, so there's, we did that. Winner of the, and I'm going to leave those 4 in there. However, I am going to put my little tools that I'm keeping in this box back in here, just so I can get it off the table. So awesome. Okay. So there was that little piece of business, and hopefully Michelle will get a hold of me in the next 2 days. Okay, if not, we'll repick. Okay, so then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was I wanted to thank you all for, first of all, for your comments while I was gone. I think I got all caught up in the airport yesterday, because we were in the airport forever. So I think I got pretty much caught up. But if you didn't hear from me in the last week of videos, it's just because I missed it in all the, because there were hundreds of comments, which I love when you guys comment. But boy, when you don't comment for a week or go back through, it's a lot. So, but you know, the whole time we were on the Disney cruise, there was no cell service. So I couldn't have gotten back to you if I wanted to even. So there you go. Okay. So thank you for that. Now what we're going to do is do some journaling. I'm so excited to be in my room. I can hardly stand it. Okay. So what I have here is I have the notebook that I took. I have some random correspondence stuff that I just shoved in my suitcase because I thought I might use it, and this too. And then I printed out a few of the pictures that I knew I wanted to use in here. So I did take along these little Cavallini and Company labels. I think I got those from Jenny, if I remember correctly. Anyway, so this is my airline boarding pass, and I wanted to keep it because we flew first class. We used our Sky Miles and upgraded to first class. Oh my gosh, such a different experience than in steerage, as I like to call it. Oh, it was awesome. So there you go. That's that. And then I did great. I journaled every single day. So I tore out this People magazine thing because I never buy People, but except if I'm in an airport, and I did. And then I loved this. It was, I think, in our hotel room or something, but it says, "Today we are the shapers of the world of tomorrow." That was a Walt Disney quote. And then, "Dreaming is what we do best. Thank you for sharing in our dream." I just thought that was lovely. So I just washi taped that in. You might remember that I took, this is the pen I took. I can go back in my jar now. And I took these couple little things of washi tape just so I'd have something to washi tape in. I took some paper clips, which I didn't use much of. But, so, and I tried to just journal on some of the pages that were more writable. But anyway, I'm trying to think. Yeah, this is the only one I really wanted to keep from the hotel. So anyway, one thing I was thinking is this little thing from Port Orleans Resort. We stayed at Port Orleans Riverside. Was lovely. So I think I'm going to cut that out. So where are my scissors? Oh my gosh. Everything's so tidy in my room. It's crazy. These were put away. I can't even believe it. Okay, so let's just cut that out, and then we can throw the rest of this away. And I think I'm going to put that there is what I'm thinking. But I didn't take any glue with me. I just didn't want to. Just because I had so much to carry as it was. And so I just thought anything that I felt like I was going to want to glue in, I just threw in my bag and got it going. So anyway, stuff to tell you. And I thought as we're journaling, I could tell you some of the stories from my trip. Yeah, I'm just going to put that right there because this is right right at the beginning of the trip. So yeah, I like it there. Okay, so let's see. We've got glue sticks. We got glue book. I have things to work with again. It's so exciting. My magic blue has turned white because it's really old, but that's okay. This is the one I was using up before I left. So yeah, we stayed at what happened was my husband and I went to Disney. Our kids went earlier than we did, our kids and grandkids, my son and his wife, and then my two granddaughters. They went earlier than we did because they went to NASA and then they went to Universal. And then we met up a few days down the line. We meet up at Animal Kingdom, then spend the night, then go on the cruise. So that was that. So, first of all, I have to tell you, oh my gosh, to my Florida friends out there, I don't know how you do it. It was so hot and so humid. Oh my gosh. And my poor husband, the heat really affected him, and we ended up doing not as much as we would have in the parks because it was just so miserably hot. Like, I can't even tell you. It's like you get out of the shower and you're all wet again. I have to say kudos to my Florida friends. I don't know how you live in that heat. But what was interesting is we talked to somebody down there and they said, well, we just don't go outside unless we have to. And I thought, not so much different from Montana when it's 40 below and there's 2 feet of snow. We just don't go out unless we have to, So I guess depending on the part of the country, but I think I just do better myself. I just do better with cold than heat. Tell you this. By the last couple days, I'm not kidding, I felt like I was walking on pillows because my feet were just like this. It was just ridiculous. They're a lot better today, but not perfect. They are still really puffy. It was way too hot. We won't go in July again. We've gone in March before, and that was lovely. It was beautiful there, but oh man. Yeah. So anyway, little stuff about restaurants. Oh, my big news this day is we did do Space Mountain, and it was the first time in my life that I rode on Space Mountain and kept my eyes open. So that was an accomplishment that I wrote about. Oh, so then this day, 7/16, that was my daughter-in-law's birthday, and so that was awesome for her to be on vacation on her birthday. This is a receipt for that because I bought some Mickey socks because my socks were sliding down in my tennis shoes. Ugh. And so I bought some new Mickey socks. So I paid $16.99 for 2 little pairs of tiny socks. At Disney. That's just what happens at Disney. Okay, so then just lots of... Okay, and then Yeah, so that was the day that in the afternoon we met up with my son. We went had a lovely dinner at Boat Wright's at the Port Orleans Riverside. It was wonderful. And then the kids swam, and then we went to bed. So then the 7/17, that's when Marin's cruise started. So where I think, okay, so let me show you this picture. This was at our hotel. So this hey y'all guy, as I called him, he was on the bell staff, and you can see his little cart kind of in the back. And we saw him, Mike and I, while we were in the park, and it was awesome because he was so friendly. He'd put up his sign if he passed you in his little cart. Hey, y'all, he would say. And then on the other side of his sign, it says, bye, y'all. So anyway, I just thought he was great, and he made it so much fun. And I mentioned it to Mike and everything and said, gosh, he was just so fun. And anyway, when the morning of getting onto the cruise boat, he was the one that came to pick up our bags, and I was so excited. And of course I was babbling like I do when I'm like, you make things so much fun, how awesome are you, and everything. And we had a big old visit. He gave me a hug and everything. Well, he took our bags, and then we were headed to go meet the ship and in our designated meeting place, and he was still loading. So I said, hurry up, everybody. And we ran down there, and we got a picture with my oldest granddaughter, Sophie, and this is Maren, my youngest granddaughter. And then he goes, you guys going to breakfast? And we said, yeah, we are. And he said, well, I'll drive you, because he had room for us in his little cart. So we drove and got to hang out with the hey y'all guy. He has been working as a bellman for Disney for 31 years, he said. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I thought that was super cool. So, okay, so I think we'll do him on this page because it kind of goes with, well, it actually goes here. This is the story. Oh, this is the story of him. This is where I was thinking of putting it. Okay, that's another story. But I was thinking of putting him right here. And if I put him over the pretty flowers, I could write on here my favorite Disney. I don't know. He was my favorite Disney employee that we ran into. Okay, so hey y'all guy, he was awesome. And I said to my granddaughters, wouldn't the world be a different place if everybody approached the day like hey y'all guy? He just wanted to make everyone else's day a little bit happier. It was just like, I think you are awesome, is what I said to him. Okay, it would be really awesome if I could get the picture on straight, right? Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Of course, pulling it up didn't make that very happy. So let me just give it a little more goop there. Okay, so I'm going to say my favorite Disney, I'm going to call it cast member because that's what they call all their people that work for Disney. And I'll just put, hey, y'all guy. Because that's what I called him. His name was Mike, which was so funny because my husband's name's Mike. My son's name's Mike. It's like, okay, all my favorite guys are Mikes. Okay, so that's there. That's happy. Okay. So okay. So the night before was the golden Mickeys on the boat. So this night, this 17th. Yes. So, okay. So I was thinking on the back, these came fluttering down as confetti, these golden Mickeys. So I thought I'd put a couple of golden Mickeys on this page, maybe like that. Just as something fun. I don't know if these are going to stick with glue stick. Let's see. Yeah, so anyway, oh, but I have our, no, I don't have a picture of that. Okay, never mind. I've got all the pictures in my head kind of that I took, but okay. So anyway, golden Mickeys on here. Okay. Just kind of put those there for fun. Because I talk about the golden Mickeys right there. So that's perfect. Okay. So then I gathered this while I was there. It's the layout of Disney's private island called Castaway Cay. And we were there for 2 days. So we took off. That night was the sail away party and stuff, and the golden Mickeys and everything, dinner, all that. Then the next day, we spent all day at Castaway Cay. The next day, we were in Nassau in the Bahamas. And then the next day, we were back at Castaway Cay and then home. That's how the cruise went. But I just thought it would be fun to have this map in here if I can. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut this off a little bit. So Castaway Cay is, oh, talk about a magical, awesome place. It's wonderful. And even though it was super hot there, you still have the ocean breezes, so that makes it much more bearable. And so that was good because woofda, we were ready for some not so hot. Okay, I think I'm actually just gonna cut this down too so it fits that much better. Just cut this with this. And I think what I'll do is just glue this down to the page. That's what I think I'll do. I think I need a new piece of paper. Be journaling cards to come. Oh my gosh, guys. I have so many things on my list to do videos about. You guys have given me great ideas for some more videos. Before I left, I got ready to list another digital, but I don't have the Etsy listings done, but I have all the scanning and watermarking and stuff done. So that will be coming soon to my Etsy. Oh, and that reminds me, I wanted to thank you all so much. Let me get this lined up fairly decently. I wanted to thank you all so much for all your input on me listing things randomly in my Etsy, whether to do that or always announce it. And I think I've kind of settled on doing a little bit of both. So that'll be good. So yeah, so now that we're home from vacation, even though, my gosh, the busyness continues, we've got company coming at the end of this week and company the next week. And it's just like, it's never ending this summer. It's just been crazy. So let's see. So anyway, we'll talk more about that in a minute, but let's see, where were we here? Oh yeah. Okay, that's for later, if at all. Just kind of deciding. Okay, well, what do we have here? I don't think I wrote about this, so I can kind of place those anywhere. Yeah, I think I'll put that there. Okay, I have a plan. Okay, I think I might put... Do I need anything there? Kind of like those both on the same page. So I'll do that. Okay, so I'll show you these. That's my family with Pluto. And then this was just a moment with my oldest granddaughter that my husband captured. That was at the restaurant, and she was tired. Boy, they played hard for sure. Okay, so I am going to just maybe I'll put those there. Don't know what I was thinking of for there. There's a little tuck spot there, so maybe I'll look through there a little bit. So randomly, I printed this on the presentation paper from Epson that I have in my favorite things on my website. It did a great job, but I printed on the cardboard that they have in the packet. It actually came out just fine, so I'm going to still use it. So I think I'll just put these two here. So there's no description really for those. They're just pictures that we took while we were gone. And then what I did is I printed these wallet size so that they'd fit nicely into the traveler's notebook. So I did that. So let's see. So that's good. Okay. That's all good. That one doesn't want to stick down very bad. Neither one of them do. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's that I didn't get enough on there or what, but that's okay. We'll just put a little bit of glitter glue on there. It's rather thick, this presentation paper, so that could be part of the issue. And this is cardboard, so yeah, I need that to stick back in there. Okay, so I'll just see if that will push that down a little bit. Okay, so anyway, let's just look at if there's something else to share here. Oh yeah, there was a bit of a storm the first day we were at Castaway. That was kind of crazy. And then, oh, this was cool. So my husband and Marin, the little one. Oh, first thing I should tell you is back here, wherever that picture is. Our picture with Hey Y'all guy. These red t-shirts, we had Marin's Cruise 2019. I made the shirts for Christmas last year for the 6 of us because we took Sophie. You might remember if you saw my video where I made the girls' journals for the trip. We took Sophie when she was 22 months old. Well, Marin wasn't born yet, and so Marin was the only of our grandchildren who hadn't been on this trip. We've been fortunate enough to do it for all of our children and their families. So anyway, this was Marin's Cruise 2019. So that was kind of cool. Well, a lot of magical things happened with Marin on the trip. So my husband and Marin were, I think they might have been going to the restroom or something. We were all sitting waiting for the show, and they came back, and Marin was all excited because they had run into Rapunzel and on the ship and gotten a picture with Rapunzel. And so that was really super cool. And so anyway, then that night at the show, we actually, then it was the next night at the show, Rapunzel was in the show, and we sat on a place where it was all of us across, and the railing was right there. And so in parts of the show, the characters go in the aisle, those big aisles. Well, they came down that way, and so they were given high fives and whatever. Well, Rapunzel stopped at Marin and said hi to her and everything. So Marin was just like, she recognized me. She recognized me. Um, and then maybe it was the next, oh, maybe it was that same time. I don't know. It all blends together. But anyway, they kind of did a New Orleans thing, and they all the dancers, it was another night, because the first time it was Rapunzel in her Rapunzel outfit. Well, anyway, the characters from this New Orleans thing that they were doing, and it was all the jazzy music. They were run down the aisles, and they were giving out beads, like Mardi Gras beads. Sure enough, this one gal character, she gives Marin some beads, and it's like nobody else in our aisle, just Marin. So we were speculating that character, maybe she was Rapunzel the night before or something. I don't know, but either way, it was Disney magic at its best. It was awesome. So that was really cool. That little story. Oh, and then our last day, the day that we were at Nassau, our kids and the girls, they went on an excursion to Atlantis, which we were supposed to go on too, but my husband was just not doing well with the heat, and so we opted to stay back on the boat, which we had a lovely day. We read, we napped. I finished my book. Another Lisa Gardner, guys, right behind you. It was awesome. Lisa ought to have me on her promotion team, because I love her books. Yep, finished this whole book on our trip. It was great. But anyway, so we found a quiet deck on deck 4 where it's actually the running track, and so not a lot of people are there except for runners. So we read and fell asleep, and read some more and fell asleep. It was great. And then the kids went to the water park at Atlantis. They had a ball. So that was great that day. Well, then the next day was Castaway Cay again, and we went there, and the kids had a package where they could snorkel. They had the equipment for snorkeling and whatever. Well, at one point, my son and his wife and Sophie, the oldest, they went snorkeling, and I took Marin to get her hair in the little braids, that they do, the Bohemian braids with beads and stuff. So we went to do that, and we came back, and they weren't back yet. And my husband was kind of guarding the camp, if you will. And, anyway, Marin said, can I go swim around just on the beach? And so we said, sure. And we were sitting there. Well, she comes back, and she was a little trembly, and she wasn't crying, but she was a little trembly. Well, a jellyfish bit her on the arm right here, or stung her. She had a jellyfish sting. And I look at my husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, this stuff only happens when we're in charge. So I ran her up to the store, and I said, where is there somebody that can help us? I think my granddaughter was stung by a jellyfish. Well, we go over to the first aid, and they have this wonderful setup for first aid, which we've never ever needed it before. So I didn't even really, it didn't register that was there to me. So anyway, we go in there, and what they did is they put vinegar on it. She sprayed vinegar on it, and then gave Marin a dose of Benadryl. And then we took Marin back down, and Marin fell asleep in the hammock for like an hour. She was just out. And then she felt a lot better when she got up. But even yesterday when we flew home, she still had little dots on her arm, and a little bit on her one finger where that jellyfish had stung her. Yeah, crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyway, that's what I wrote about here. So actually, I I've got a couple other things I want to put in. These were from the shows too. So I kind of wanted to put them where they go. Anyway, what I was going to say is I ended close to the middle right here. So we have another trip planned with our daughter and her family. That's Addie's mom. And I'm thinking I can use the rest of these pages for that trip because it's going to be down to Florida too, but it's not till December. So anyway, okay, so we have a few things to play with still. Now this picture, this was my view from laying in my lawn chair. And it was so beautiful. I was just like, oh, I just need to remember that. So I am going to put this right here at the end of our trip so that I can kind of remember. I meant to grab, and I forgot, and it's upstairs, so I won't take time to go grab it. But I was going to grab my reading journal too because I need to enter that book in, and it was super good. It was, I mean, I love all of her books, but I really enjoyed that one. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, so I need to go back and see this was Golden Mickey's. So this night was the Rapunzel night, I think. Rapunzel, yes. Okay, so this was kind of the, I don't know, the thing they threw. So I think what I'm gonna do, that night, what was it called? Oh, Believe was the name of the show. So at the end, it kind of had a I just ripped it. But that's okay. I have an idea. Anyway, it was kind of garden themed is what I'm trying to say. And so all these different color petals came down. So I'm going to put that there and I'll just cut that off where I ripped it. I'll use my sticky scissors. I know, I have alcohol. I need to do it. It just hasn't happened. Okay, sticky scissors, you are useless until I clean you. So I'm going to put those over there. And see if I can just snip it with that. Yeah. Okay. Crisis averted on that one. So that was that night. And then... oh, so that was cool. So first night was Golden Mickey's. The next night was this Believe. Then the next night we got to go to the premiere of The Lion King. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was awesome. So the animation in it, I mean, I just can't even imagine how they did it. And then this was the last night, which was Beauty and the Beast. Oh, it was literally unbelievable. We've been to other productions of Beauty and the Beast that were good. Definitely they were good, but nothing like that. Oh, it was literally fabulous. The way that they did these film things on the set, I can't even describe how it was. It was just, it really truly was amazing. Okay, well, I can just get that up on the edge. I'm just going to put that there. I just gathered every time they threw stuff. I gathered a little bit from a book. Okay, so I'm just going to toss these. Okay, and then this little thing, this is the receipt for me doing Marin's little hair, doing her doing her little braids. And so I kind of want to stick it in. This was the day right here. Okay, I think I can cut that off without any problem. And then that can go in that little tuck spot right there. Okay, so as far as journaling goes, is there anything else? Okay, this is one of Disney's brochures. I thought maybe there'd be something in there that I might want. That's what the beach looks like. Oh my gosh, and the water. It's just, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And just so much fun. That's Animator's Palette. I wrote about that in here somewhere. I think it was here. Yep, Animator's Palette, right down there. I feel like I'm running out of room. Maybe I'll just cut out that little piece, because that is definitely a memory. My kids did get to go down the water slide on the boat, so that was exciting. Okay, I think that's all I need there. So I'm just going to I'll just cut this out and attach it. Attach it there. I'll just stick that in there because all I really want is crush. I don't care if I see those people. Okay. What is this? Port Adventures. Oh, these were our tickets for which we didn't do any of that, so I'm not going to keep those. I'm not going to keep my boarding passes. This is kind of the navigator thing that, oh, it's got all the shows. So the night of The Lion King was Pirate Night. And so that's a night when everybody dresses up like pirates, and they actually do. They're the only cruise ship allowed to do it, but they shoot off fireworks in out at sea that night. They do a whole thing, and then so that was cool. And you know, Mike and I, we do like to go, we do like cruising, which we've done a little bit. And we've done some from other cruise lines. I just have to say it's more expensive, but Disney is the best. I mean, their customer service is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's kind of start to finish. I mean, you know, hey, y'all guy was my favorite guy. We had really nice waiters on the ship, and they follow you every night. So they know your preferences, and they know, like, they knew I was gluten-free. So they always had gluten-free rolls there for me, which was awesome. And I felt great the whole trip, and it's because I could eat what I'm supposed to eat. Okay, so these were the shows. So let's see if we can find maybe we'll just put those in the order that they occurred on these pages, because these pages I didn't really. So it was this one, this one, this one, this one. So let's just put those in there. Yeah, so anyway, a successful vacation. I mean, the kids and grandkids had a ball. Mike and I did struggle a bit. It was the heat that really kind of made us struggle a bit, but you know, we got through. And I'll tell you what, this morning we had to run errands, and it's going to be in the 80s here today, but this morning it was nice and cool because it does cool off here at night. And Mike and I were like, yep, we're home, yay. Yeah, that humidity is a tough one. I mean, here it's very dry and you have to use a lot of lotion, and there's that. And I think you look older before your time a little bit here because of the dryness. But man, that humidity was tough. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad I looked through that. Marin had a fun little encounter with Stitch too, but I wasn't there, so I don't think I'm in the journal on that. Okay, cool. So that is good. Let's see. We had, these were extra luggage tags because we were able to, we could take 2 pieces of luggage if we wanted. This is just a piece from Disney letterhead that I tore out, and I washi taped it in. Did that in a hotel room. I think I actually might. Kind of like the one that says Disney Cruise Line here. I'm just going to cut that, and that will fit right there. I don't know if this is sticky. Part of it is, and it just tells you how far to. Oh, no. Oh, there. There it is. There it is. Yes, it's sticky. How convenient, Disney. Thank you so much for having it already stickable. Okay, then that's in there. Got to see if Mike wants these for his journal. He did a good job, you guys, journaling. You know, we just took time when we got back to the hotel and did a little bit each day, and then he got a little behind when we were at the. Let's see if he wants any of that too, and then we'll throw it away. Okay, so these can go back in my little booklet from my pal Jenny. And I just need to journal in my reading book, which I was going to do with you guys, but that's okay. It's just writing mostly. So we will get this on, and I think that's about it. I think that's about it. Now, I'll probably think of some things that I forgot to tell you, and I will tell you those in videos to come. But for now, I think that's it. So let's just flip through. And so we have my boarding pass. We have day 1, a fun little thing to tip in. This from our resort. More journaling, little receipt, more journaling. Hey, y'all guy. A map that just can come out like that, so we can see the island whenever we want to. Journaling, memory photos, memory of all the shows, just our luggage tag, kind of a memory. More journaling, animator's palette, doing the hair thing with Marin, and looking forward to the next one. Okay, so then the rest of this book is going to be for our next trip with kids. So there you have it, guys. I hope it was fun to journal with me, and also then to hear a little bit about the trip. So thank you all for hanging with me while I was gone on my trip and watching my videos and commenting and everything. Michelle Decker, get a hold of me on my website and pick a journal and give me your address and off we'll go. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.